Hello and welcome to the White Walkers deck tournament, bracket 2. We're on the right hand side of the table. Yeah, so we get to see on the left hand side, so spoiler, if you've not watched the first 4 games, you might want to stop right now and not look at the screen. So we do have the winners from the bracket 1 shown on the left.
I know we also have who's going to play them in the next round.
Yes, we do. I'm on the ball.
I get to play the Martel Dragon next round. And you get to play the Tyrell Sun.
Seems alright.
And yet I get to stick with the Dark Dogs. That's nice.
I know. So these were randomly allocated for the top 8 game on bracket 1. But we are going over to bracket 2 today. Because I'm a bit of a dork, I slightly muddled up the order that I've done the games in.
What do you mean? We're just doing an anti-clockwise thing.
Yeah. The other games definitely follow that pattern. Probably.
They will now.
So we're starting this bracket 2 with the Lanni Valyrian Steel versus the Bara Aloof and Apart. So the Lanni deck is submitted by Kari Etelakoski and the Bara deck from James Waumsley.
James Waumsley, I recognise that name.
Yeah.
What's he doing submitting a deck?
Some people know him as Warmer.
Warmer?
If you're American.
Yeah.
So just in case you've not been following, so these decks have all been submitted by 16 different viewers, 16 different decks, 2 for each faction. They were split randomly into either bracket 1 or bracket 2. They were randomly allocated to each other. So, you know, the Stark Fealty and the Targ House of the Red Door were randomly paired and then randomly assigned to either myself or Richard. So that's the bracket as it stands on the left, and we're on the bracket 2 now, as I say. And we'll have a little look at the actual decks that are going to be appearing themselves.
Great.
So first up, let's have a look at the Bara Aloof, as we say, by James Waumsley, might know him as Whammer. Whammer even gave us a little explanation on his deck.
Bloody hell.
I know. Bara Bigs are generally kind of underrated even, or unrelated maybe, because they're poor econ. Newly legal agenda solves that though. Done it.
Wow.
Got such a way of words, Whammer. Thank you. Thank you for that. Now, you have a certain thing that you like about this deck. What did Whammer name this deck?
He called it the Callum.
The Callum.
So I guess the result of this game will indicate what the Callum means.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
We already know a Callum deck won the last deck tournament. That you built with Adam? Yeah,
I was going to say it was Adam's deck, but it was one that Callum and Adam sort of built together, wasn't it? Callum is a well-known Bara player, so I think Whammer wanted to sort of try and replicate some of the sort of Callum-style decks.
Yeah, he definitely liked to run decks back in the day with opening Late Summer Feast and basically getting out some bigs, not doing any challenges, and then using Sniper Mail to kill targets and win Dom, and basically just control the board from there on out.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess this is an homage.
As Whammer says here, so, you know, a big deck is fine, but Valar D obviously exists, and it also means that they're a little bit vulnerable to negative, I can't speak today, negative attachments even. So Whammer said that he was trying to counter this by putting in the 3 lots of Crescent, and then we've got 3 lots of Pylos as well, and Outwit to help us sort of like counteract some of the issues that are sometimes a problem with the Biggs deck. Could you just explain to me what Aloof and Apart actually does?
No.
Because?
I don't remember.
You've forgotten. Would you like me to explain what it does?
Yes.
So it reduces the cost of the, I think it's the first 6 cost character that you marshal by 2.
Ah, that sounds right, yeah.
But it means that your 6 cost or higher gain prized 1.
Yes.
Where if they, die?
If they leave play.
If they leave play. If they leave play, then your opponent gets the power basically. Which is interesting. So this agenda is from the bin pack, which is why we're not quite so familiar with it. This is literally the first time we've ever played with it. And Richard had the joy of literally having to pick up the deck and just play and hope for the best.
I mean, in theory, it's quite an easy one.
Yeah.
You just play out your bigs and win challenges and cancel the Valar D, then win. with your dominant, your big characters. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you've got the table and chair there as well, just as a bit of backup to sort of, help you get that power gain. You've got a couple of interesting attachments. So the pinch of powder, obviously, is a one-off bit of fun if you are playing it, not if you're against it. Lightbringer, of course, is always great with things like your Stannis or your Bob, and then a couple of milk to help sort of control your opponent's characters. Warhammer as well is really nice for that intimidate. Is there anything you want to say about the plots at all, Richard?
No. I mean, obviously, Late Summer Feast is there to get your dudes on the board, along with that, the gates.
Mm-hmm.
Counting coppers for more cards. You've got Outwit, obviously, for the Valar D. Wither and Cold disincentivises attacking, so you can just wind dom. Feast for Crows, wind dom. Wildfire, prune the board.
Yeah, I mean, Wildfire's a really good choice in this deck. Theoretically, your bigs are going to be better than their bigs. You don't want to play Valar D because that just seems silly. And Valar M, maybe not worth risking it. So like I say, your bigs are always going to be better than their bigs, theoretically speaking. So Wildfire makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you've nothing else to say on that one, should we have a little look at the next deck?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so the Lanni deck then was submitted by Kari Etelakoski. And we can see here, I mean, it's a Valyrian Steel deck, so we've got 19 attachments, which seems like a pretty good amount for Valyrian Steel. A decent amount of characters there, 37. And then locations, you can see we've got all neutral locations apart from Western Fiefdoms here. These tie in nicely with the Lady Forlorn. And then we've also got some events as well. And the first thing I think that jumps out are the events, really. Like, got some really cool events. Tyrion's Chain and Defiance. So Tyrion's Chain, I mean, you've got 3 war plots, Force March and the Heads and Spikes. So Tyrion's Chain, being able to, get one of those back off again, seems great. Defiance works really nicely with Force March.
Yep.
If you've knelt some of your characters out, you can use Defiance just to restand them. So that seems good. You've also got Lanni Sport Merchants as well, which quite often will kneel to reduce the cost of something. So if you need them, you can always use Defiance with those to restand them and let them participate in a challenge.
And they could very well be 2 strength because we've got the Ghost of High Heart and Anguirn neutral character module, which have seen some success. So that's also a thing.
Yeah, you were talking earlier about how Hanno quite often uses this combination, right?
Yeah, Hanno likes that combination. He uses it with the R'hllor decks because Anguirn making your opponent characters kneel works nicely. Go to High Heart can give you some control over their hand and buff all your characters. So it does work quite nicely.
Got a one-off Lancel in there as well. I guess it's not that many Lords or Ladies, are there?
Nah, just a couple. You got Jaime and you have Tyrion. You've also got Marcella, who's a lady.
Relatively good chance of him having an actual bit of strength.
Yeah.
But then even if there isn't more than one out, if you've got the Ghost of High Heart, he still has 1 strength.
Yeah.
So he's still alright for a chud, I guess.
Sure.
With regards to the actual attachments then, we noted in the previous deck that there's a pinch of powder. So we also have a pinch of powder in this one, so we're going to have a bit of a pinch off going on.
A pinch off.
Pinch off. So that could be fun. What else we got? Anything?
Political disaster is worth mentioning. Yeah, I like that because you do have 2 Gates of the Moon. It's not searchable, but it is dupable. 3 Hollow Hill, which is again is dupable. King's Road, which don't really hang around. And you can get a lot of economy from your agenda. So political disaster, you can sort of play around with it quite nicely.
There are a lot of decks that are quite reliant on locations at the moment. We saw in the previous game, didn't we? Was it game 4? There was just locations everywhere. So, the Martel Dragon game, that had a lot of locations in.
It did.
So yeah, so being able to deal with that could be good if this deck gets through. It might come up with against things that have got lots of locations, in which case political disaster could be very useful.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it copes with Bara's big stuff and just winning Dom, because political disaster could be quite important against the Dom tech.
Oh yeah, of course, because the Bara deck's got the table and chair, isn't it?
That's right.
Yeah, so that could be interesting.
But it's going to be interesting to see if this deck can somehow get past those big Bara characters, or whether the Bara characters will just steamroll over the low curve board that this is. Valar is going to do work against the Bara deck. And Tyrion Chain on the 4th march and heads on spike can also be good. But, the Bara deck got a lot of ways to counter stuff, plots, and it's just got some big, good characters, so I'm not sure
how well it's going to survive. I'd just also like to point out, Richard, look at the character icon graph.
I know, it's almost amazing.
It's almost perfect.
Almost perfect.
Almost perfect, Kari. You were so close.
Just needed another power icon, Monocon.
Yeah, sorted. Cool. So, anything else you want to say about this deck at all?
No.
We all good to go into the game?
Yes.
Awesome. Then let's do it.
Okay.
So on to the actual game then. So you can see that I'm on the left playing the Lanni Valyrian Steel, the deck that was submitted by Kari, and Richard on the right there playing the Bara Aloof and... what was it called?
Aloof and Apart.
That's it. I'm thinking Aloof and Assault them for some reason.
You can see the card there. It's not the actual card. It is proxied.
Yes, we were naughty and printed some.
I would say it's encouraged, especially seeing as it's not available anywhere here.
Is it still not available in England?
It was briefly. We had a small shipment, but apparently it's sold out everywhere.
Oh.
Well, they didn't get many. One or the other, you choose.
There you go.
Setups then, Rebecca.
Yes.
So you have the Ghost of High Heart, Emery Lorch, and King's Road, which I think is a pretty good setup. I think having the Ghost of High Heart early in this game is going to boost all of your characters. So everything that you put down now, character-wise, will be extra strong.
Yep.
And you have the hand knowledge. You can use her to deal with my hand.
I can indeedy.
I haven't set up any bigs. I've set up a Maester Pylos, Advisor to the Crown, Dragonstone Faithful, and the King's Road. 6 gold. Is that card and shadows? I think it is.
Yeah.
So 8 gold setup, 5 card. I think that's good.
Yeah. Not so good without the shadows card, but with the shadows card it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's good. Even 4 cards.
And I think we'd both mulliganed as well into these ones.
Yes, we have.
I vaguely recall, were you not that happy with your hand?
After redraw, correct. I was not happy with my hand because I don't have any targets for Aloof and Apart, which is not ideal considering the deck is based on the agenda. So you can't head on spike straight away.
Yeah, I figure I'll try and hit something good. If I can. I mean, your deck's meant to be full of bigs, right?
Yes.
Now, at this point, I managed to hit the one character that you had in hand.
Yeah, that was... Look, I'm even showing the hand.
I think that's amazing.
And not only that, Crescent is quite important because you've got lots of attachments in your deck, some of them negative, which I'd like to keep off of my big characters. And that is not an option either. So this isn't a poor start.
I think it's a wonderful start. That did make me laugh. You were like, well, you're not going to hit anything because there's only one character in here. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, never mind. I get a card out your hand.
Yeah.
Oh, bless you little cotton socks.
That's all right.
Got a card in shadows. You've got 3 characters on the board. I'm sure you'll draw into a character.
I mean, the likelihood that I'm going to draw into something is surely reasonable.
And just to remind myself, Aloof and Apart is the one where you reduce the cost of your 6 coster by 2. Is that right?
Or 7 coster.
Or 7 coster.
Or 8 coster.
Yeah, okay, 6 and above. But they gain prized 1, where your opponent basically gets a power when they leave play.
Yes. That is exactly it.
Just like to point out that when I went into this game, I didn't actually know what his agenda did, and totally forgot to even check.
So yeah, we can see I still don't have much in hand that I want to use. Tyrion, that looks good.
Yeah, I'm quite pleased with my board at the moment.
He's now 5 for 5, 2 icons, stealth, and gain 2 gold every time there's an intrigue challenge.
Oh, be restrict.
That is pretty good with the Ghost of High Heart. All icons covered. I guess you can now think about triggering your agenda a few times to gain gold or card as whichever you require.
Hopefully. Just need to try and decide which attachments to play out, because we saw earlier there was a serious training and a Widow's Wail in my hand as well.
Well, the Widow's Wail was ambushable.
Mm-hmm.
They're maybe not that important to play out right now.
Valyrian Steel's one where if I play an attachment I get a gold back, right?
Or a card.
Or a card, yeah.
I mean, you're asking me. You're literally the one playing it.
I know, I was just, I'm just having a moment. So again, Sirio's training to Tyrion. He is now a Tricon.
Amazing.
And it means I've got an attachment on the board, so.
Oh, Lem Lem.
Lem Lem. Who is like 5 strength Bicon now.
He is, yeah. 5 strength Bicon for just 3 gold investment. That's pretty good. I mean, you can understand why Hanno liked to pair Ghost of High Heart with the law theme, with Angai and Lem, because it just makes them really efficient, along with loads of Bara's non-loyal, sorry.
Yeah.
I played out a character, which is nice. Citric Storm. Fairly sure I don't have any others.
Yeah, I mean, you seem a bit light on military icons, son.
I seem a bit light on icons. I've got 4 icons on 4 characters.
Oh yeah, not a single Bicon there.
So my Shadows card, I wonder what that is.
I mean, you're sitting on 4 gold, so it's probably a Shadow Priestess, right?
Could be a Shadow Priestess.
And I thought it was a Red Keep. I was thinking, oh, Red Keep's not bad, but that's not a Red Keep. It's just a
King Gate.
Just a King's Gate.
That is
it's
correct.
Not quite as exciting. Oh, so Nightmares on the Tyrion.
Yeah, so one thing I've got is a couple of Nightmares.
Which is a little bit annoying because I kind of wanted that Tyrion gold.
I thought you might. I thought at least if I temper the gold, you can't just jump stuff in with the agenda and draw more cards and stuff like that.
I mean, that's literally what I need to do. I wanted to shock in the Widow's Wail using the agenda, draw a card to give himself some more options, basically. That's
what I thought. But I thought if that will slow you down just a little bit, allow me to get my footing into the game.
So I thought I'd tempt out an intrigue, see if I can get you to know your intrigue.
Ha!
You did not. But I did hit a Lightbringer.
That's alright, I've got 2 in hand.
Oh dear.
I've got 3 gold, which seemed to be the amount for Shadow Priestess, right?
I'm
not convinced that is a Shadow Priestess, but it might be a Shadow Priestess.
So military with my dude.
Amory, and he gets renown now.
He gets renown now.
That works out nicely.
Is he the one where you get renown if there's less than 3 or less characters on the board, right?
Correct.
So
3 or fewer.
3 or fewer.
Controlled by the opponent.
Alright.
I'm going to do a green. Wow, you're 5-0 up already, thanks for that early heads on spikes.
Yeah. Seems good to me.
Yeah.
So now I need to decide whether or not I want to win the intrigue or the power, because you do have stealth. So if I kneel Tyrion to defend the intrigue, it means you're going to win the power. Depends how much I like my hand, I guess. Can't remember exactly what was in there. But it looks like I don't mind you getting the power.
Even if you don't know Tyrion, I win the power.
Why?
Because I have 5 strength and power icons. And stealth.
Oh, for some reason I thought he was 2 strength.
Yeah, Pylos is 3.
Then I take it back.
I think, the standard is 3 gold, 3 strength if it's 1 icon, 2 strength if it's 2 icons.
Oh, okay.
But if it's one icon, it needs a little bit more, so he got stealth. That seems like a nice trade.
Yeah, that makes sense. I guess Edric has the Dom thing and the Advisor has the Neely thing.
Thanks for that wonderful insight.
You're welcome. Well, I was going on the if they've got one icon, then they normally have an extra thing.
Coupled into exchange of information. My reasoning is I can draw 5 cards now. I can use my agenda and my backup economy to flop out a big to the board, and then, yeah, I'm ready to go, right? Lovely.
I'm not really sure why I chose exchange. I think I just wasn't sure what to play.
It's fair enough. I mean, if nothing else, you hopefully will find an economy location.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm getting one of everything by the looks of it.
Tyrion's Chain.
Ooh, fun.
Luckily, you have played your heads on spikes, but you do have another copy.
Yeah, I do.
And a Forced March.
So I've still got 2 more war plots I can hit.
Yeah, I've got to be careful around that heads on spike because that can close you out real quick if you trigger that twice.
I'm quite pleased. I've got one of everything, so that's good. You just picked up a crescent.
And a location. And another location.
Oh my god.
Yeah, cheers, James.
I was going to say, isn't this a Whammer deck? I thought Whammer was meant to be good at deck building.
Yeah, but Whammer like Wormtongue from Lord of the Rings.
Right.
You know, where he speaks all the words and Theoden King listens and just basically does everything he said. He's the card whisperer. Like, he whispers to his deck and the magical cards come out.
So you've got a 2 for Pylos. Oh, you got a big! Hey!
Barry Stan. Look, I'm celebrating.
Oh.
I'm back in the game. My one-off Barristan.
Good for you, honey. I mean, considering I was 5-0 down at the end of my challenges, and now it's 4-3. That's a little bit.
You weren't 5-0 down.
Oh, up even. Wrong way round. I was 5-0 up.
What can I say? In what world were you 5-0 down?
Oh, you know me. My brain doesn't work right.
You don't work right.
Yeah, just in general. I know what I meant.
So, 4 gold. Are you going to put down that econ? At the very least?
If I've not, it means that I must have another econ option in hand and I'm deciding which econ option to play. Because, for example, if I've got a...
Landsport Merchant?
No, that's not what I was going to say.
That is a good economic option.
I was going to say, if I've got Lionsgate, for example, I can't remember what I've already forgotten.
You don't have a Lionsgate, but you do have a Gate of the Moon.
There you go. So I must have been sort of debating whether or not to let you have that gold or whether to save it in hand till next turn. But I think just getting that boost of econ for next turn would be handy. I don't have any attachments.
Yeah, that's true. You do seem to be shy of attachment. I know you've got a Widow's Wail in hand and you're banking on Tyrion money.
I maybe am. Though maybe I should have just played it out. I think I was just assuming that you wouldn't have another Nightmares, basically. So that I should be absolutely fine to,
That's fair.
Get my Tyrion money.
It's not often people have 2 Nightmares in a row and want to use it on that particular play. Do ping Pylos. I mean, I don't have to kill my board because you can very easily win. You can easily win all 3 challenges. You've got enough intrigue. You've got power icon. You've got military icon. You've got stealth as well with Tyrion. And you've got non-kneeling in Marcella, assuming you're going to have more cards than me. But I have the Iron Throne out now and Edric Storm, so I should reliably be able to win Dom.
Yes. Yeah, and I mean, you mentioned about the military claim. But so long as I don't do my challenges in the wrong order, you should be able to have Barristan knelt and then stand him to save someone, right?
No.
No?
You can only stand to save a lord or lady.
Oh, Edric Storm, not a little lord.
He's a bastard.
Oh,
but
poor Edric.
Got a Lightbringer, so I might as well put it on Barristan So if I win a challenge with him, he will stand because he gains power.
That's not fun. Have you spent all your gold?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good enough to avoid nightmares then.
So not using the Shadows card makes me think it's not a priestess.
Yeah, because it makes sense to kneel otherwise, wouldn't it?
At this point, I cannot remember what it is. I don't know if you can.
I can't remember, to be honest. Oh, it could be a pinch.
It could be pinch.
You do have pinch in the deck.
Bodyguard. No targets.
Oh, Barristan's not a lord either, is he?
No, he's just a knight.
Aww.
Yeah, this deck
Barry.
just didn't come together at the beginning of this game, did it?
No. That's alright, got plenty of time. Still a good, 35 minutes left on the game? So I'm just kind of like struggling to make the decision on what challenge to do next. The intrigue was relatively straightforward because there's no chance of you kneeling Barristan and, getting renown and restanding him. Now it's kind of like, I can't just chump a challenge with Marcella because you would just defend with Barristan and he'll restand because of the Lightbringer. So I kind of have to be careful about which challenge I do. And
I mean, the catch-22 is if you overcommit to win the challenge, the Barristan doesn't stand. That means it's easier for me to win when I do my challenges.
Yeah, exactly. It's just sort of trying to get that balance, isn't it?
That's why it's quite often a good idea to go second, if you can help it.
Well, to be fair to me, I knew I had non-kneeling characters, and you had been complaining about how shit your hand was. So I wasn't expecting there to be a good character come out and suddenly make things more tricky.
You got taken in by someone complaining how bad their hand is.
Pretty much.
Never ever listen to people when they say how bad their hand is.
Yeah, but you do it so convincingly.
To be fair, my hand was bad until the last of those 5 cards turned out to be Barristan.
Yeah. So you've let the military go unopposed. I don't know if that's because you suspect that I've got the Widow's Wail in hand or not.
Nah, I just want to attack you.
Oh, well, you could have defended and then you'd have won and restood, right?
Military with Amory?
Yeah.
Yeah, but then you would Widow's Wail and then I would lose.
That's what I mean, you didn't know I had Widow's Wail. Not at that point, anyway.
Yeah, but I probably guessed it. I surmised it. I'm such an expert player, I probably just thought, well, this is one of the options that's going through my mind. Or you could do Strangler things. I don't want that to happen either, so I'm just going to play it easy.
Fair enough. Nice to hear yourself, acknowledging that you're an expert player.
Well, I just keep banging on about all my supposed victories and stuff like that. I might as well just play to that. Supposed.
Bless me cottons.
7-2 up, bless my cottons indeed.
So the power went through with Marcella and Tyrion, stealthing past the Barristan. And that does mean now that you get to do a weird dance with your advisor, apparently.
You did a proper little 360 twirl, didn't it?
You'd rather. So you can win the power now quite comfortably. It's probably good that you don't do the intrigue first, because you don't want to risk me having the Hound.
That was pretty much my exact thinking.
So I might as well kneel Marcella, stop you getting it unopposed at least. But Barristan is standing.
Good old Barry stand.
You're really, really unsure about doing that intrigue, aren't you? Thing is, if you do the intrigue, and then I do have the Hound in hand, and you do a military with Barristan, then I can bring out the Hound and defend it.
What I can do is I can just say no challenger, because I'm also a little bit worried about Ghost of High Heart. Like, do I have anything worthwhile? I want to keep the chamber that I have in my hand. But then I will get to draw another card. So the option is ending the challenge phase straight away.
Yeah, so you're doing military with Barristan. I'm defending with Lem. Is Lem right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Figure it's fine if you have the Strangler or Widow's Wail. Thing is, when I play against Valyrian Steel, they always have the bloody Strangler. Just when you don't want them to have it. Always.
But I'm quite enjoying my 7 strength Lem.
What a prick. Give me Lello Cloak.
Did I? I think I'm going to draw a card, okay. I was going to say, did I remember to trigger Valyrian Steel then?
See, it's interesting the way you play, because you play out the attachment and then you decide what you want to do. So I would, personally, I'd look at it and think, well, I'm going to play this, but what am I going to want to do? Am I going to need the gold or the card? And I'll make that decision before I play the card. As you play a bit more reactive, you play the card and then you consider what your position is there. Depending on my reaction, whether I have,
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not the quickest at decision making, I know that. But I like to try and think through my decisions at least. Unless I get myself in a kerfuffle and then I just panic and then just make the first decision that pops into my head, quite honestly. Or I'll just, like, not do anything at all.
When you get into a panic, that's normally where you start crying at the table to intimidate your opponent.
Oh, right? Richard. I do not. So mean to me.
I am intimidated every time you do that.
I wouldn't do it to you because it works.
Hashtag winter is coming, Kate.
Hey.
So you've seized the Iron Throne, which I think is actually a really good play.
Yeah, I mean, knowing now that you had Chamber in hand, maybe I shouldn't have, but...
Well, I think that's fine, because it means I have fewer chances of triggering Chamber. I mean, Edric Storm still negates one of your characters for dominance, but...
Which is a little bit annoying.
But in the absence of having anything else to spend the gold on, I think that's a fine choice.
Yeah.
I am a little bit sad about it.
Woo!
Because without any good characters, table and chair are going to keep me in the game.
Yeah, and getting rid of the chair at least might help. What we've got? Forced March into Wildfire. That's mean. I've got a big board. Why would you do that?
Did you trigger Ghost of High Heart last round?
No. I used it to defend the intrigue that came in from the advisor.
That makes sense.
Again, I thought that your hand was crap and I didn't particularly want to give you a good card.
Could have used it on yourself. Get rid of any card you don't want. Draw another.
What? Can you?
Yeah. It says choose the player.
Really?
Yeah, you can use it on yourself.
So you can look at your own hand and discard a card and draw another card?
Yes.
I did not know that.
Yeah. That's why she's pretty good for a 3-cost character. She buffs all of your non-loyals, provided you don't have any loyal, and you can look at your opponent's hand and have hand knowledge, or you can just filter your own hand.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad we've educated you in this game.
Thank you for the education.
And maybe we have educated a viewer too. I bet Whammer didn't know that.
Yeah, that Whammer, he doesn't know anything.
He doesn't know a lot, does he? Doesn't know how to put bigs in the deck.
No, apparently not.
Because I'm not drawing them.
So I decided, I was kind of torn which ones to keep. I decided to keep Lem, simply because he's currently 7 strength Bicon, which I think quite nicely negates your Barristan at least.
I think I would have kept Tyrion, Marcella, and the Ghost of High Heart.
That was my other option. That was the one that I was toying between.
Because you get Widow's Wail back, so you can use it again to trigger your agenda. But also she's buffing all of your others, so...
Yeah, I mean...
Non-kneeling 4 strength Marcella is pretty good. 5 strength Tyrion is pretty good. I think I would have kept the Ghost.
Yeah,
I imagine she's more in the deck than she is Lem. I can't remember. Lem probably a one-off.
You'd imagine so, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I would imagine
Should we have a quick look? You carry on talking, I'll have a look.
But I've got my Barristan Knelt from your 4th March.
Which I am pleased about.
Didn't really want to kill him, because that would give you a power also.
Keep talking.
King's Road used, Chud used, Jim.
What am I playing? Lanni Valyrian Steel.
Sir
There
Jim.
are 3 Ghosts to High Heart.
Yep.
And there is only 1 Lem. So yeah, maybe I should have kept the Ghost.
Yeah. Next time you will.
Yeah.
Decent card.
Oh, I'm hesitating.
Yeah, you're sitting on 2 gold. You know you've got Tyrion gold probably still to come.
So
You've
maybe
got
a
2 non-kneelers now. And you probably want to keep more cards in hand to make sure Marcella is on, especially seeing as you are going first. So I played out the Chamber of the Painted Table. Still no sign of that Shadows card coming out. Challenge phase, Nightmare Jamie.
You bastard.
Wow.
With your board of bastards.
What?
You've got a bastard of Robert.
It's just two bastards.
And you've got Edric the bastard.
Now we know the bastard of Robert. It's not ideal to marshal pay 2 and get no draw out of it. And it's not ideal to pay 2 for it either. But
so I'm doing an intrigue and reacting to gain the gold from Tyrion. I'm really sorry you were holding out your hand, but I was deciding if I wanted to do any other actions before that happened, so I got me unopposed.
yeah, it's good for me to do that because if I see you're thinking of actions instead, I know you might have tricks.
That's true. Oh, I managed to get rid of that crescent for you. See?
Thanks.
I'm here. I'm helping.
I've only got one card in hand.
Yeah. Bless. Doing a power then with Lemboy.
Lemboy.
And Marcella as well, I guess.
Actually, I was watching the NECT stream from the tournament the weekend.
Alright.
And almost every character that David Kennedy marshalled, Roy Rogers was like, if Shaggy Dog is like, oh, it's Shaggy Boy.
Oh.
You know, and stuff like that. Summer Boy.
Oh, I need to not use boy then. I don't want to steal his gimmick.
Gimmick infringement. Where's the Kleckson?
And then we've got a cheeky power.
Little blue challenge coming out.
Yeah. So this one's tricky for me. If I defend it, then you win Dom for definite, I think. Oh no, you're going to win Dom anyway because you've got the 4 gold as well. So I might as well just defend it then.
You've got 4 gold.
Oh, what have I put on?
Pyromancer's Cash.
Ooh, what does that do?
Blanket.
Forever?
Yeah.
Cool. How much does that cost?
2. But
That's
I can now
okay.
draw cards from kneeling Chamber of the Painted Table now.
Ah, okay. So you're not going to steal my power, but you'll get a card instead.
I wasn't going to win Dom anyway.
I think you would, because you'd use Edric to
Yeah, because you've just
Marcella.
defended the power challenge, yeah.
Yeah. What was that? Was that Valyrian Steel? No, not Valyrian Steel. Valyrian's crew?
No.
I saw a red and a green icon.
Oh, I think it was a blue icon.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I might be completely wrong. Like, I'm not really sure what I saw.
I know, I'm interested to see what it is now. I hope I'm right, and then I can just rub it in your face.
Yeah. You probably are right.
It happens occasionally. Oh, I've got too many cards in hand by the looks of it. Oh yeah, False March.
Getting rid of
What is that?
Defiance, which you almost definitely would have used. I noticed you couldn't use your Tyrion chain either.
Oh yeah.
To re-trigger your 4th march because I didn't have any more military icons on the board. So yeah, that was definitely a conscious decision by me, not just a glorious coincidence.
Yeah. Totally deliberate.
9-4. I need to start drawing some good stuff.
Yeah, get in the game, hun.
I'll try, hun. You okay, hun?
What have we got then? Feast for Crows. That's the Dom one, isn't it?
Yeah.
So if you win Dom, you get 2 power, is it?
Yeah.
Cool. And I've gone for heads. So I know there's one character in there for definite. Oh, bugger. Oh, man.
I'm going to trigger the cash to draw a card.
So I managed to get blooming the 1 in 7 chance, but I don't manage to get the 1 in 2 chance. That's sad.
Correct. I have a decent amount of gold this turn. I'm going to get 11. Plus I also have the reduction from Aloof and Apart, possibly. So potentially 13 resources.
Did you count the gold from my gates?
I did. Six on the plot. 2 Moon, Rose Road, King King Gate, 10, 11.
Oh no, I'm not doubting you. I'm
You're
just
frowning intensely.
no. I'm having a moment again.
Can you have your moment to yourself, please?
Well, no, I could have sworn I played out a Rose Road last turn. Did I change my mind and swap it for a King's Road or something?
I mean, I can literally see a
Well,
rose.
no,
Road.
I literally just played it.
Oh, okay.
That's why I'm confused. I thought I played one out last turn. Maybe I played one out and then swapped it for a King's Road instead. I can't remember.
You cheated.
Well, I would have asked you.
You've noble lineaged Jamie. Which is pretty good. I mean, it's okay to give him icon, but what do you think to the alternative tactic of putting it on your Lannis, the merchant dude, and then letting him die to military claim so you get it back, and then you can ambush it and draw another card?
That's a very, very good point.
Yeah.
Maybe I should have done that.
No, you can do that in future. Or if you just want to close the game out with all your dude and give them all the icon to make it hard for me, that's also a viable strategy.
Yeah, I mean, I think I was just going for, getting as many, tricons. Bicons, tricons.
I want tricons!
They will all be tricons eventually. So I think I was just going for that. What's that? A red cloak?
It is a red cloak with a gold on it.
But I've not put that many gold on it, so it looks like I'm saving some gold for other
Well, you can only do
tricks.
it once per phase.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I think I put two...
No, you put one on, but then you doubted it. And then said, no, you are fine. Did you do the Iron Throne thing? Did you take a gold off it?
Yes. No. No.
Cheated!
It's not my decision.
So it was the Valyrian's crew. And I
It
have
was a
another
Valyrian's crew.
Oh, not
Hey!
only that, but I have Liza
shit.
Arryn.
Oh, that's annoying. I've got a non-kneeling military in Jamie.
Surprise!
Well, that's sad. Oh, and you've got a dupe for your chamber. Oh, no, look, I did remember. I was just a bit delayed.
It's a reaction, a forced reaction to the start of marshalling.
Well, as you say so often, honey,
or is it a
it's both
forced
players.
interrupt to the end of the marshalling phase?
It's both players' responsibility, all right?
Actually, it triggered by the game because it's forced, so it's the game's responsibility to let us know.
Cool, so the game fucked it, basically.
Yeah, fucking game.
God damn it, Thrones.
Did we just have a blip? Did you go and answer the door or something?
I don't know, I wasn't even looking at the screen, but yeah, possibly.
I think we just had a blip, so it might have been... Yeah, sometimes we get people knock at the door at random times. And it's very annoying when you're trying to record a game.
Yeah, or a phone call. Or just an urgent toilet break.
Have you had one of them?
Today?
What, during the game?
Oh. I think I managed, actually, during the tournament.
Yeah.
I think I was pretty good.
I'm pretty sure once you said, Rich, I can't go for shit!
I did not!
And then you ran.
Richard! Why did it just wind up Rebecca Day? You spent this entire commentary winding me up to the point where I've literally had to stop the commentary and restart it at one point because you're being such a dick.
Love it.
Oh, God. Hey! You're meant to be nice to me. You're meant to,
Your voice
keep me calm and
is
patient.
reaching that pitch where it's starting to grind against my brain.
Yeah, well, you grind against my brain.
Do I? That sounds perverted. That sounds really perverted. Anyway, you seem to be doing a challenge.
Oh, God knows. What am I doing?
A challenge?
Cool. Which challenge?
Question mark.
That must be a power then if it's for those three.
Ah, power.
Why am I going with such a big challenge? Oh, please tell me I've got pinch. No, I can't have pinch or anything there. Oh, maybe I've got superior claim. That'd be cool.
Not in the deck, but yeah, that'd be cool.
Is it not? Okay. Why am I so desperate to win a power then?
Why didn't you trigger Tyrion's chain?
Have I got Tyrion's train in hand?
Well, it gave you it with exchange of information.
Yeah.
You could have heads on spike.
No,
me.
you don't have any cards in hand.
Oh yeah, that'd be a foolish move. Foolish move.
Fool of it took.
Fool of a took. Luckily, we don't just talk without thinking about it when we're doing commentary.
Yeah, these commentaries.
Because that would be silly.
Really well thought out, this commentary. Why did I go in with so much power?
Because you wanted to win the power challenge.
Oh yeah, but I could have just stealthed past Barristan.
Yeah, but then I've got at least 8.
How much is Edric?
2.
How much is Liza?
3.
Oh, okay.
And you've got a hound. What's wrong with you?
That's alright, that means I get to win the power and defence. Yeah, trying to take my power, bitch.
Cost you 4 gold to do it, woman.
Yeah, but, you know, I'm currently winning, so I don't care. Okay.
Don't want to do the injury challenge. Give
Just
me money for a hound.
Yeah. Just like I didn't want to do the military challenge because you're bloody Liza.
Oh, I can military you with Barry and Valyrian crew and steal one of your cards and marshal it.
Because apparently you've not got decent enough cards in your own deck, right?
I don't know. Thanks, James. To be fair though, I've got 3 6+ costas on the board now.
That's true. It is true. They're stealing one of my cards under the crew. Looks like that military's unopposed. Was I trying to win Dom? Why did I unoppose it? Oh, you got stealth.
Good old Valyrian's crew.
Yeah. Little bastards.
Wow. You like doing the swear today, don't you?
Have I sworn a lot today?
Bastard.
Bastard.
Does that count as a swear these days?
I don't know.
Especially when
It's
we
just
have a
such a
bastard on the board in Edric Storm.
Yeah. And, you know, a bastard on the screen and you.
Where?
You're the bastard.
No, can't see it.
Your nickname is literally the bastard.
No one knows that.
You do now.
No one remembers that. And more importantly, nobody knows why that is.
I mean, I'm assuming
So-
just to assume it's because you're a bastard.
That would be an interesting guess.
You and Dom.
Smashed it, love. Up to 8 power.
Yeah, but look what I'm doing with my red cloaks. I'm just shoving loads of gold on them each phase.
I mean, I'm not impressed.
Yeah, look. They're going to be like... I have absolutely no idea how much gold is on there, but they're going to be like 8 strength and intrigue or something.
Yeah, but I know the downside to doing this, and you obviously don't.
What's the downside to doing it?
Run out of coins in your gold pool.
I don't run out of coins because I bought a sufficient amount for my gold pool.
Say what? Well, that's just terrible.
It's okay, you can carry on borrowing my coins.
Wonder what my card is in Shadow. I'm really excited to find out. Ha! Got ya!
Got me.
Got him.
Although, to be fair, like, would you have minded that much? Would you have minded that much?
Hell yes! Need my
I
gold.
guess you're getting your Iron Throne back this turn. Because it's not got any gold on it left.
Luckily, I used that chamber of the painted table to draw, which is a good thing to do if you suspect your opponent is playing political disaster. Use it in the standing phase or the taxation phase.
Yeah, it's true. I think it might be going. Although that one is duped, so you know,
Yeah.
it would have been fine.
Yeah. There is something nice about having your opponent pay 2 so you can draw 3 cards around. Especially if you weren't going to win Dom anyway, that'd be even better.
But I think I would have... Well, I think I've lost Dom every turn so far, haven't I? So I would have lost about 3 power, I guess, so far, if you had Chamber.
That would have been nice. But I think I only marshalled it 2 turns ago.
Well, even if it was 2, that would have put you on 10 and me on 9.
Yeah.
You made a nice little jump that last turn.
You're
going to make a comeback.
Yep.
Oh, shit.
Ooh, Angai.
Yay! Non-kneeling military against your Liza.
He is one angry little fella.
That's so bad. That's something as bad as what I would come up with.
Oh yeah. Now, I'm a little bit concerned about Tommen.
Oh shit, yeah. No one opposed for you. Oh! Big hit the board.
So I can't decide whether that's a bad choice or not.
Why is it a bad choice? You got to stun the man out.
Yeah.
I mean, you're making my job pretty darn difficult.
Yeah, but... I mean, let's say the scores are tied like this and you play Valar Morghulis, you get 4 power.
How many bigs you got on the board?
4.
Yeah, but you'd keep one big, wouldn't you?
What's my Morghulis?
Oh, Morghulis. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like I remember what reset you're on. Although, I suspect with a low curve like that, it'd probably be Valar Dohaeris.
Yeah.
And as we saw before, when we looked through the deck, it is Valar Dohaeris. Which means I'm going to lose 3 power the minute you play that.
Well, I'm going to gain, you mean? Yeah.
Yeah,
Mine's Valar D. Have you got a reset? What deck are you playing?
Wildfire.
Oh yeah, you got Wildfire, haven't you?
Which I have played.
Which you have played. Have you got any other reset in your deck? Let's have a little look.
Uh-uh.
No, yeah, it's just Wildfire.
Didn't really want to play the Withering Cold against your deck with Jamie and Marcella.
Yeah. And my Anguy now as well.
Yeah.
I'm really stuck because basically I'd totally and utterly not realised what your agenda did. So I didn't realise that if any of your bigs left play, I got power. So in my head, I still need to get to 15. Which I'm going to attempt to do. So I've got power with Tyrion, Lem and Marcella. Am I stealthing anyone? Do I stealth Stannis maybe? Try and make you force you to kneel you Barristan? No, just go for Frederick. It makes a lot more sense. Kind of forgot that you had other power icons apart from Stannis and Barristan.
Why is my Stannis now? Did you do...
Your Stannis isn't knelt.
Where is he?
No, it's on the top right
Oh,
now.
I see him.
You moved him when you knelt all your little ones.
Yeah. I just thought, oh, he was down the bottom and now the card's on him. So I guess that's the knelt Pylos from the Outwit and an advisor from the Crown underneath him.
Hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I guess I could just poke an intrigue at you. Try and force Valyrian Steel or Liza to kneel. Not like a Marcella's going to kneel to do it, right?
You know, you've got 23 gold worth of characters on the board. I have 32 gold worth of characters on the board.
Amazing.
And
Oh, I've gone for the military. Look at you cracking your knuckles and everything.
right! Let the game begin!
Oh dear.
Why are you playing with your gold? That's a concern.
Oh, I think he was asking how much gold I had. So I think in my head at this point, I was thinking, I need to get power. I'm going to have to just kill Lysa so I can get renown on Jamie at least, and then it gets me closer to the win before Richard starts doing stuff.
Yeah, but I could use Lysa to get rid of Jamie.
Yeah, but then at least she's off the board and I'm not scared anymore.
But you get power out of it.
Which I didn't realise. So you decide to defend with Stannis and Barristan. And Barristan getting the renown and restanding.
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't cost me anything, like no one had to kneel, and it meant that your big power icon knelt, which means that I should be able to defend the power now, I think. Because I do have the Hound in hand and plenty of gold to ambush him in.
Yep.
Plus the power icons that are already on the board, obviously. Although you're going to try and take the Hound out my hand, I imagine.
Doing a red.
Oh, okay, it's interesting.
Do a stealth. Probably stealthing Angai.
I was going to say, Angai makes sense, doesn't it? Seems he doesn't kneel to defend.
Have I got any cards in hand?
No. You do not.
Do you think I've just forgotten about the card in shadows? Like it's just there. Just like it's a part of the map.
Maybe. I hope it gets turned over at the end of the game.
I don't even recall looking at it at the entire game. It's like...
I don't think I've seen you looking at the entire game.
It's like the opposite of... when someone has like a facial growth or an abnormal sized nose or something like that, and all you can do is look at it. Right? I'm the opposite. All I can do is not look at it. I can't see it.
It's just invisible to you.
Yeah.
Oh, poor little shadows dude.
I'm going to draw some cards.
You dig him.
Yeah, what am I digging for?
No, I don't know.
I'm not digging for winter is coming. That's normally what I do.
No, you're looking for a Widow's Wail to help you win the power.
What?
That's the wrong faction. Never mind.
Oh, I thought you were trying to joke.
I mean, Water Dancer's Sword, which will go really
that would
nicely
be really bad
on your more than 3 cost character. But you decide just to take Dom instead.
Yeah, game's over now. So, this is the point where you didn't realise you could win, right?
Oh, I hadn't got a fucking clue, mate.
So, we do this bit, and I'm looking at my plots, and I say, oh, fuck's sake. And you're like, what? I said, just play Val RD. And you're like, why?
I know. I
and
was
I
like,
say,
why would I do that?
I said, just play Val RD. It doesn't matter. And you're like, no. You're trying to trick me. I'm like, I'm not. Just play fucking Val RD.
At this point, I still didn't know what your agenda did. And it was only when, look, you can see I've not realised I've won. And then you're like, look, I'm still trying to work out my cards and everything.
I'm literally leading you down the path here. I'm saying, so who are you going to save then? Who are you going to kill? I said, have you read my agenda, by the way? And now you're smiling.
Yeah, now I get it. So, obviously, in a real tournament, I would have totally have read the agenda properly. And the opponent wouldn't.
When you finally accepted, yes, you are right, Richard. I have won the game.
So yeah, we wanted the game to be fair at the end, and I'm sure normally an opponent would actually realise what the opponent's agenda did. Oh, did we see the card in shadows? Oh, it's that. What's that one?
Shadow of the Throne. Oh, how bloody useless that was the whole game.
What does that even do?
Kneels up to 3 cost worth of location.
Oh.
There's no point in kneeling your Rose Roads and your bloody Gates of the Moon, your King's Road you played it.
Ah, you could have done it, it'd be fine. Cool, so that was a fun ending. Congratulations to Kari. Sorry, Mama. Didn't quite get it through.
Yeah.
But should we go through the pros and cons of the deck then?
Yeah, let's go through the pros and cons of the deck.
So let's look at James's deck first then. To be honest, there wasn't a lot that we disliked in the deck, but there was something that you really liked about the deck, wasn't there, Richard?
Yeah, so James called it the Callum, which I absolutely love because after this game I'm convinced that it just likes to have big guys in it, but ultimately it just loses. So yeah, the Callum, perfect. I mean, nice one, James. I can't wait to tell Callum this. He's gonna love it.
You're so mean. Don't worry, Callum. I think you're great.
I'm just kidding, Callum.
Even if Richard is a dick.
Wow.
Oops, did I say that out loud?
So, there's also a lot of draw in the deck.
There is. Oh, you want me to carry it on?
Well, I thought I'd let you talk, seeing as you're not doing a lot.
Oh, okay. Sorry, you began, so I thought you were going to continue. Yeah, there's lots of draw in the deck. I see. Yeah, loads of different options. You've got your King's Gates, obviously. You've got it in your plots, you've got it in your characters. So there's lots of different ways to get draw. I think you're just really unfortunate not to really see some of it. Like, for example, the King's Gate only works when you've got 5 power on your faction card. So you need to actually get to that point first before you can then trigger them to sort of help you jump ahead a little bit more. Your Valyrian's Crew you didn't see till a bit later. Your Bastard of Robert, you didn't have a king out to actually be able to trigger it. So, and you never saw Mel's in Mel during the game either. So he's a bit unlucky with the actual card draw that you saw in the game, but it is there. We like the plots. To be honest, I don't think there's really any plots that we would change. Outwit is a really good idea actually with the amount of maesters in the deck. You've got Maester Crescent and you've got Maester Pilus. And these are, to stop basically what happened at the end of this game happening. Just play it at the right time, Richard.
Yeah, it would have been really nice to cancel the VD, but obviously I played it a turn early. Mainly because I didn't want to play Late Summer Feast or the Withering Cold at that point. But yeah, playing it a turn later would have cancelled the Valar D and kept me in the game.
And referring to that, the plots there, so Withering Cold and Feast for Crows both work really well with that sort of dom tech that you've got going on in the deck itself. So we've got 3 Iron Thrones and 3 Painted Chambers. So these obviously all help to contribute. You've also got that Edric Storm that we saw as well. So they're all ways to make sure that you're winning dom. If you're sort of slow to start, you can use the dom tech to sort of keep you in the game until you find all the bits that you need. Things we didn't like, as we said, there's not a lot. There's about 15 cards that are literally power monocons. We weren't entirely sure on that part. And there's no red keep to take advantage of that. And we also noticed that there weren't really, there aren't any 4 or 5 costers in the deck.
No.
So,
if you are drawing your lower end of the deck like I was, you don't have any middle of the road character that can sort of help to stabilise you at all. It's either low cost or high cost, which is good for things like setup and that, but not good if you draw the low end of the curve and struggle to get into the game.
Yeah, I think I genuinely think that Whammer's deck's really good. I think you were just unlucky. You just got bad draw towards the beginning and didn't really see the answers that you needed. Well, you did, and I killed him in the first turn, so that probably didn't help.
Well, I think Whammer cursed it with the name of the deck, and yeah, it went downhill from there.
So basically, naming it after Callum was Whammer's downfall.
Yeah, maybe he should have named it the Richard, and it would have been supremely successful. The Dick.
The Dick.
Right, anyway, shall we look at the Lannister Valyrian Steel deck?
I think that'd be a wonderful idea. So Kari's deck, similarly, there wasn't really very much that we didn't like. I guess the only thing that we would say is maybe the low cost curve could mean that the deck is a bit weak to first snow.
Yeah.
And then also the other thing that we noticed was 2 Gates of the Moon just seemed like a bit of a weird number. Generally, if you've got At the Gates, you'll just run 1 copy. If you don't have At the Gates, you'd run 3. And especially because the deck's a bigger deck anyway, I feel like running 3 sort of makes it a bit more consistent, a bit more likely to find it.
I think I prefer to run 3 because you might like to dupe your Gate to the Moon because you're running PD and you can protect it. Or you're also running Ghost of High Heart, which means if you get a duplicate, you can discard it and draw another card.
Yeah, I mean, talking of Ghost of High Heart, then we can look at the things that we liked. So we really like this in the deck, the Ghost. As we heard earlier, I didn't realise that you could do that to your own hand. So she works quite nicely with that side of things too. So another reason why 3 gates might have been good. Also, the Ghost of High Heart, which we really like how well she works with the other non-loyals in the deck. If I'd sort of twigged earlier that she was a 3 of, maybe I wouldn't have let her die, but it looks like I didn't draw another one anyway, so it didn't really matter.
I think that, maybe just your general meta naivety a little bit.
Maybe.
Because you don't play in the worldwide meta quite a lot, do you? So you're probably just not used to seeing it so much.
Yeah, I can go with that. And because she's a 3 of, she's a bit easier to find. We also like the fact there's 9, not unique, but there's 9 character cards in the deck that just don't kneel when they attack.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
In it. Like Angai, Jim, and Marcella.
Mm.
Of course, conditional with Marcella, but it's good. That's why I didn't want to play Withering Cold.
Yeah, because I've got 3 non-kneeling characters, so... and we did also mention the low cost curve, although that could be in that first snow as an issue. It does also mean that the plots mostly are relatively lowish gold, apart from you've got the trading. So the low cost curve can be supported well enough with the lower plot gold as well. And talking of the plots, we've got 3 war plots.
Yeah.
Works nice with Tyrion's Chain.
Yeah.
Of course, Tyrion's Chain does work with your opponent's plots as well if they've got a war plot out.
True.
But you've got 3 in your own plot deck, which means that you should be able to trigger it, unlike me. But you should be able to trigger it on one of the plots, at least. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's look at locations.
Sure. Got Econ. Hollow Hill, get a loyal card. Nice. Great. Minimal, to the point. Like it.
Yeah.
Events.
Again, goes to High Heart. Keeps popping up. Defiance works well with Goes to High Heart. Means that you can use her to look at your opponent's hand. And then restand her to either use her in a challenge or... Can you do it again if she's restood?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't see why not, right? So I guess you can just do it again. Also, the Defiance works nicely with the fact that you've got Force March. So if you need to kneel a character out, you can restand them. Or your opponent's Force March. And also, if you do come against any sort of nearly decks, at least you've got a way of restanding them.
Sweet.
I have a question. If you've got hunting accident on your character and they've not participated in a challenge that turn, can you use Defiance to restand them?
No.
Why not?
Because hunting accident says this character cannot stand.
But Defiance says that you can stand them.
The word cannot is absolute.
Okay.
And overrides all other stuff.
Cool. Thanks. I was wondering about that.
There you go.
Hopefully I cleared something up for other people as well that are equally oblivious as I am.
Shall we wrap this up then, Rebecca?
Yeah.
I've got things to do now.
Oh, sorry. Is it football or something?
Yeah.
Okay. So, thank you for watching the game. If you would like to support the channel, you can do so by going to patreon.com/The White Walkers. This is the first game of bracket 2, so the 5th Swiss game out of 8. We still have 3 more Swiss games to go. And we'll be back with game 6.
Fantastique! Au revoir!
Bye everyone!